and run. Taking victory laps. I'm in the hood with them ones. Catch me out in Decatur with some meat and...
We are about 10 miles or so southwest of downtown Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers. Set to get this one going. And we are underway in Southern California. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And able to get this out to the 25. Eluding, and right away, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble. And now off to the races down the right side. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, I mean, Lamar Jackson, what more can we say at this point? He is a living, breathing highlight reel, and go ahead and tack on that last play to the list of big ones by number 8.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. They'll look to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
At their own 15-yard line.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 15. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Here's Herbert. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They snap it to Herbert. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 11. Steps away to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens on just 2 plays have taken the lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. Out to his left. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot, and people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Now it's Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
To the air again, Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. Got a man, it's complete, it's Palmer. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
No gain on the play.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And oh, that would get a wind-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on third. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on third. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead. On fourth down, Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Third down, Freeman. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up second and
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Well, another fine run right there from Lamar Jackson, and CD, that one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise? With Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in the season as the top running backs in the league.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They go play action with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Trying for ball, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
The Charger drive about to get going. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen step. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
an 11-yard loss on the play. Brings up third down.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. He's going to look deep down the field and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on fourth down tries. They're trying again. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check. That's the safety cream. Check 26. Spawn. Ready. Check Nick. 49.
A handoff. Devontae Freeman. Freeman a first down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Devontae Freeman, 35 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Ravens 21, Chargers 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
A gain of 4. It's now second and
from the 29. Herbert over the middle. It's Jared Cook. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down in the hands of the wrong team.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Dancing to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
A 62-yard attempt.
There he goes, right side, past the 20, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And that is obviously the danger, Charles, of a long field goal attempt.
And what teams are doing now is not just putting their field goal block unit on. They may change it out and go punt return because you have better guys on the field who are able to stay on their feet and block. It's missed, and that's what we saw there. The big return after the long missed field goal.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gordon and Charles Davis.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trailed as we get back underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Eckler, they run left side. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Chuck Clark on the tackle. It's a gain of 5.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got it to Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 40.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for L.A. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Kelly again, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Joshua Kelly taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Chargers are an extra point away from moving out in front. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
Ravens 21.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. On the return is Duvernay. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school. I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. Being chased out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now will bring up 3rd down. Say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
2nd down at 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 59 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's third down and 9 yards to go.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Now it's Freeman. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
No gain on the play. It's now.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. Sliding out of the pocket. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the 50, here's Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 35 yards. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. So an important drive for them there. And they're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a one-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only one score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Play action. It's Jackson rolling to his right. Catch is made by Marquise Brown.
Superman!
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Now, this is something that we saw quite a bit at Oklahoma, and we'll be seeing it more and more on the NFL level as well. Marquise Brown going Hollywood.
And normally when you see guys move it this fast, It might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats, look at this, 22.3 miles an hour was his top speed.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. He's airing it out for Williams. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Herbert now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Watch 36 to Mike.
That's all you're going to do. That field goal.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead. So how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready in the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together, make sure they're still focused and not already celebrating a win.
Hopkins with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Buying time to his left.
And he would get to the sideline here, but that, a minimal gain at best. 3 yards, possibly 4.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
2nd and 7.
Jackson.
Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Michael Davis.
And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
Going deep here for Allen.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception.
Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
And the Ravens are right back in this football game.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back him up 5. Going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.